People gathered in their masses, buying cheaply for their asses. Don't touch your face, that's how you spread it. Look for Netflix shows on Reddit. First NBA and then March Madness. Canceled everything but sadness. Hand sanitizer for the troubled. Sold on eBay, prices doubled. Corona, yeah!
Want to hear more of Casio in between podcast episodes? You can listen to the Jimbo and Casio Morning Show live 6 to 10 a.m. Central on TheRocket951.com.
Brody Joe 12, pancakes are for terrorists or 5-year-olds. I bet they ruined bacon by getting syrup on it. Time out.
Oh, wait a minute.
Syrup can get on anything it wants to get on.
Syrup on bacon is not a bad. I will not eat a piece of. I won't turn down a piece of bacon because it's got syrup on it.
The syrup is a loose woman, and I don't care who it gets with. I don't care who it gets with. I still accept her. I do not judge.
Who it gets with.
It can touch anybody it wants to touch.
Syrup gets a pass, an all-time pass.
It does.
For everything.
It does.
Listen live online or download the Rocket app for your tablet or smartphone. Just search WRTT Rocket 95.1 in the Apple or Google Play Store.
This is the All-American Ron Simmons, and you're listening to Casio's Cut. Damn!
What's up, Candy Lickers? Pleased to meet you. Nice to know me. What you doing? You listening to another edition of Casio's Cut.
Hey kid, look at me. Let's burn down the school with gasoline. Say hell yeah. Hell yeah. Say white trash. White trash. Hey kid, it's party time. We're kicking out the jams like the MC5. That's the way I wanna be. I'll be a white trash superstar. That's the way I wanna be. I'll be a white trash superstar.
I hope you're licking your candy at home. We are trying to be corona-free here at Casio's Cut. This should be on your quarantine playlist. You are social distancing. The best way to pass the time is to catch up on all our previous shows. CasiosCut.com is headquarters for the archives there. Of course, if you subscribe wherever you listen to all your favorite podcasts, you should be able to listen to them there. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, the whole deal. Be sure you subscribe. Be sure you rate. Be sure you leave a comment. We want to hear your feedback. We appreciate it. Great. Since we are apart and cannot be together, I suggest you mail anything, because in a couple weeks we'll have another P.O. Box episode. Should be another good one. The packages and even letters this time are pouring in. All you got to do is mail anything. Hopefully it's Lysol toilet paper and hand sanitizer to Casio's Cut, P.O. Box 19065, Huntsville, Alabama 35804. That's Casio's Cut, P.O. Box 19065, Huntsville, Alabama 35804. Mail anything, and you can be a part of an upcoming episode. Be sure you follow us on social media. You can be a part of Twitter and Instagram contests that are exclusive to our social media. And of course, you can always ask anything, like we did last episode with my wife, Big Booty Beauty, and just want to appreciate all the great feedback we got from that. We had a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys and gals enjoyed it as well. At Casio's Cut is where you can find us on social media if you're not doing that already. At Casio's Cut. And that's the same across the board. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at Casio's Cut. My personal account, you can follow me for everything that's going on, radio, stand-up comedy, and coronavirus memes. You can all go to @TheCasioKid if you want to follow that as well. Merchandise headquarters, of course, is Casio's Cuts with an S, CasiosCuts.com. That is merchandise headquarters where you can get all of our latest merchandise for the podcast. Hopefully we'll be getting more and more of that up as we are all in social distancing and self-quarantine. We will hopefully get more of that out, since that's all we got to focus on and we're not out and about in the real world. Today's guest is a very funny friend of mine. Worked together many times in the stand-up world. He is an up-and-coming comic. He is from the Nashville scene, and his name is Connor Larsen. We got together in the green room at Stand Up Live Comedy Club in Huntsville.
Am I too loud?
No.
No, I don't think I'll ever be.
Connor Larsen.
Hey, what's
stand-up
up?
comic. Was it? This is a podcast. They can't see
you got to
hand
talk.
gestures.
Well, I did a gesture saying like, we'll see.
Yeah, you haven't said a word, and you
we'll
did
see.
the mess. And what's that? It's hair.
Yeah, there's hair on this mic.
I'm gonna go. That might be Henry Cho.
Oh, a big fan.
Might be Rocky Dale Davis.
Well, they have very different hair, so I feel like we can find out.
What color is it?
I don't see.
Could be Steven Spinoli.
Spinola's here. He's ruining what would be a great podcast.
Trust me, it was bad before I got
Well,
We just started, and he's correct.
He's like, he's making some good points.
Connor, where are you from?
I'm from Sarasota, Florida.
But you're in Nashville now.
I live in Nashville full time.
Did you move to Nashville for the comedy scene?
Sort of. I wanted to move somewhere for comedy, and I knew Zanies existed, but I had no idea that there were much bigger cities right nearby. So I did do it, but I didn't do any research.
So not for country music.
No, God, no.
Because everybody goes, we're going straight to Nashville to break into comedy.
Music City. That's where the comedy happens.
That's where all the LOLs are.
I did move there for comedy, and people have told me since that was not a sound decision. But
I mean, it's got a good scene. Don't get me wrong. I don't want everybody listening to think that we're blasting Nashville comedy scene.
it's a great scene, but if you're looking for the starter scene, it's not the first one.
The
That
one
comes
where
to
I can
mind.
get 8 shows in 3 days.
Yeah,
not Nashville.
No. But it's if you can make
Usually
it work for you, it's great.
L.A., New York, Chicago,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
No, that was you were right.
Say, is that a new budding comedy
Yeah,
ground?
there's probably not. I don't know.
What size shirt do you wear?
I actually just made this change recently with a lot of support from my family. I'm an XL now, but for a long time I was an L or medium, despite the fact that I was.
We noticed that.
Yeah, people talk about
That's
it.
why I asked.
When I the first time I did a show, a guy brought me up as comedian Baby Gap, and it hurt my feelings pretty bad. So
I mean, that's why I'm interviewing this time. We've worked together many times now, and this is the closest I've got to you because I felt uncomfortable staring.
yeah, well,
it was tight shirts.
It was one of my favorite weekends, but you didn't seem to have a good time.
Tight shirt.
Yeah, you were like, "How about you stretch that out?" I was like,
anxious.
"What?"
Do the trick, the fat guy trick, where you put it over your knee.
Well, that's what it is. I used to be a fat guy.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was 280 pounds when I was like 16.
Wait, you're a tall dude.
Yeah, I'm 200 pounds now, though.
So you used to be 280.
Yeah, I lost.
Same height?
I lost 80, mostly in the face.
Are you about to go? I grew 7 inches, too.
No, I was the same height.
Yeah, you had the same height. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3". So I was 6'3", 280.
280.
And I was not playing any sports.
You didn't go into security guard.
No, I was. None of it was muscle. You know, there's like big dudes. None of it was that. I was.
You keep eyeing me up and down when you say that. You know, none of it's muscle.
You can't see it because of the podcast, but I did point. I did point at him. I went, none of it's muscle. You can't see.
280.
Yeah, I was a big boy.
What'd you do?
I ate a lot of, Marie Callender?
Woman Crush Wednesday.
She makes these
28
biscuit
consecutive
rolls.
weeks.
She makes biscuit rolls. My mom used to leave them for like the family when she would go out, and I would take them out of the freezer and not tell anyone she
The whole
left them.
thing?
Yeah, I would be like, she didn't leave them, and then I'd eat them all, and that was my big thing.
Here's my favorite. Here's how I know you really were a fat guy. Because I was asking how you lost weight.
Oh.
And you told me how you got fat, which was much more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's great
and
when
a
you
better
go,
story.
how'd you lose weight? I go, Marie Callender?
280 to 200. How'd you do it?
Also, I said it like she was a historical
We need
figure.
to start where I get fat.
Let's start. How did I? I
You act like Marie's walking around somewhere.
historical
killing it in
figures.
Sarasota.
Marie Callender.
We are killing the game in Sarasota. For
Oh,
some reason,
man.
they just keep buying them.
Yeah, I got unfat just because I realized pretty quick, oh man, everyone's about to start hooking up. Like I remember being at a party and seeing everyone pair off, and I was just sitting there with me and some hot wings, and I was like, this is gonna be it's gonna be a rough few years. I gotta.
See, I was at the same. See, that's how I pushed through though.
Yeah, you were
just
I believe in
These
it.
hot wings are strong. I'm gonna keep going with the hot wings.
There are fat guys who can get women. I was never one of those dudes. I never had whatever convinced them.
So how did you lose the weight?
Man,
Steven, did you know it used to be 280, bro?
Fat, but not that fat, bro.
I knew you were fat. I didn't know you were a monster. That's what Steve said with his eyes.
Did you work out?
I started working out.
Quit eating?
But also mostly quit eating. And I got
a lot of comics lose weight because they become a comic.
Yeah, no.
And there's no food.
Comedy's like one of the quickest ways to get fat, I think.
Because you're eating the leftover bar food?
You're on the road all the time.
Give me a to-go chicken fingers.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we had 20 extra, and we were going to throw them in the trash.
Sometimes you get paid in food, and you're like, you want to feel like it counted. So you're like, I'm eating all this. Like, I did a good show.
Don't forget you get 3 beers. Oh, I'm going to get them. And they're going to be heavy.
Yeah. Like, you got to try this chocolate stout. You're like, Jesus, dude, I'm trying to live. No, I mostly got fat. Or unfat. I started working out and just stopped eating like a lunatic.
Did you have so it was at the party, but did you have a food moment where you're like, this is pretty out of control?
Yeah, I went out with a buddy, and we got, so we would always go to his house, and we would order, a pizza and hot wings and a 2-liter. And we were eating it because we always got takeout. We finally went and ate at a Pizza Hut. And he goes, I love this because I have food for the next 2 days. And I realized I've finished this every time we've hung out. Yeah, I was like, this is, and I would always get sick, and I'd be like, ugh. And then he'd be like, man, you get sick a lot.
Again, you saw the signs. I've powered through. I need to see the signs.
I was pretty fat, and it was, but I mean, being fat was a good time. I wish people could see there's a man professionally looking disinterested as we do this podcast. He's sitting there being like, this is boring.
You were napping upright.
I'm fucked up right now. I'm ready to sleep, dude. Honestly, I don't want to do a second show. I'm ready to sleep.
We're recording this.
Spinelli out of control. Okay. All right, so first of all, how can they find you on social media before we get into the countdown?
They can find me on Instagram at Connor Larsen Comedy, Connor with O's, and Larsen, Larsen. Yeah, there's 8 spellings.
Is that how you introduce yourself
Connor
to the lady?
With O's.
If you're dating me, it's going to be Connor with a bunch of O's, bro. Double O's,
I did do a show recently where they put me on as Conrad Lawson. So I feel I have to tell people.
Well, I mean, the Podfather himself is Conrad Thompson, so that's pretty close.
True. But
you could be Conrad Lawson.
They were pretty far off. I'm not giving them any credit. It always hurts when they spell it wrong in a Facebook message to you. You're like, you can see, just look up.
They had to DM you.
You can see it.
Your name.
Yeah, so it's Connor Larsen Comedy on Instagram, and then on Twitter, Connor 2_ Larsen, because I wanted to name
because 1
it.
underscore was taken?
I was like, I want to make sure I never get any traction. I don't think Twitter's important in comedy.
I'm going to hedge my bets on going viral.
Yeah, there's a fat wrestler who has Connor Larsen, and I've DM'd him being like, can I have this? And he's like, he doesn't use Twitter even to respond.
Wait,
to me.
like an indie, like a professional WWE wrestler?
No, like a high school kid.
Oh.
Like a fat kid.
And you called him fat.
He is fat.
You're fat shaming
Listen,
a high school kid.
He's worse at wrestling than he is at being skinny, but he is fat. So I'm shaming him on 2 levels. And I DM'd him saying, can I have this handle? And I think he was just like, who's this grown man DMing me?
And now you're fat shaming him.
He is fat. I don't know what you want me to say.
People on the podcast, if you could hear, the headliner is on right now, and Spinelli, out of control, he has to go up afterwards, and he thought the show was over.
Yeah, he looks like he thought the world was over. He's...
You're not going to want to miss next week's episode with Steven Spinelli either. I can't wait. All right, countdown.
10
Ready?
questions? Okay, all right.
10 questions. What's something that's a perfect 10 in Connor Lawson's world?
I really love my car. I got a 2006 Mercury Montego with 192,000 miles, but I love that car.
It's a perfect 10 to you?
It's perfect. I love that car. It hasn't died, and it should have died multiple times.
Some people throw out their... you don't have a girlfriend.
No.
Some people throw out a significant other.
What hurts about that is I didn't tell you that. You just were like, I can tell by your demeanor. You're pretty lonely.
9 is the German word for 9. Something you've written off for 2020. Besides comedy shows.
I was going to say, man, up to my career in life is actually... I don't know if anyone's been following the news, but I will be... You can do a show at my house if you want to come in my living room and watch me weep. Before the coronavirus, I had written off dairy because it was making me sick, but now I'm full back on dairy.
Dairy?
Yeah.
Wait, why do you think it was making you sick?
I don't. I just like milk and cookies, and if I cut out the milk, I won't eat the cookies. That's one of the saddest sentences I've ever said
Yeah, it was.
out loud. Yeah.
It was very sad.
Can I sue you to get this podcast?
So you back on milk and cookies, or you're just back on dairy? You just realized cheese was
back
a lot
on
of things.
sounds so depressing.
I'm back on that dairy, bro.
I'm back on the cookie habit. Yeah, no, I'm back. I now that this has happened, I'm going to give up comedy and I'll do cookies.
I thought about giving up dairy until I realized dairy was cheese as well.
Oh, I'm never doing that.
Cheese
I'm
is
literally
a
just
bunch of
talking about
stuff.
milk. That was the question where the server comes in and makes sure we're good. That was question 8.5. No, I would never give up that stuff. I would just give up milk.
Dairy.
Just milk.
But just glasses of milk.
Just big glasses of milk.
Oh, we got food being delivered. Look at you.
Spinola's ruining
Talking
my...
about giving up dairy, and there's what just appeared.
Yeah, that's a steak and
dairy.
salad.
No dairy. Look, there's no cheese on it either.
No.
Strong. It's looking strong. It's looking strong. Well, this brings me to question 8. What's the last thing you ate?
I ate sushi with Scott Eason, local
Very funny
comic,
guy.
very nice, very funny guy.
Rock and roll sushi.
Rock and roll sushi,
Which band did you get?
I got the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Ooh,
and they
nice.
kind of rushed us out of there, which was hilarious because the place was like deserted.
Wait, why were that? Because they closed?
They had because everything's closing. The globe is closing.
The Earth.
But there was literally just us in there, and the guy was like, do you guys need anything else? And we were like, I mean, do you need the table? Like, can we just hang out for a second?
Maybe they closed and reset for the dinner rush.
There's definitely
They gotta
no
disinfect.
There's no dinner or rush. That place had one table. It was very good, but no one was
I should
going.
tell you, they're a proud sponsor of the show.
Listen, I loved it. I'm not blaming them for the global pandemic. I do have a list of people I'm blaming, though, so if that's question 6 or something, we can get
7. Name 7 people that are responsible for coronavirus.
Well, Spinola is number 1.
7 is what you want to be when you grew up when you were 7 years old.
Oh, this is a shitty answer, but it really is a comic. My dad did stand up,
it.
and I wanted to do stand up.
Your dad did
My dad did
stand-up.
stand up in Florida in the 1980s.
And you took nothing from it. You just
That's crazy because it's like you started from scratch.
Like, you had a head start.
Yeah.
With this.
No, it is funny. My dad quit stand up because it like wasn't. He was like, it's a pretty tough career, and I was like, that sounds good. I'll do that.
Have you ever? Did he like record any of his stuff?
Yeah, he did. It's I mean, it's
So
pretty.
do you
It's
watch
the
it?
'80s. I've watched it one time.
It's the 80s.
It's the '80s. It's a lot of like.
There's nothing you can take from him.
I
Can
can't.
you hack your own
What's
dad?
with this hostage crisis in Iran? Like, what am I supposed to? You guys believe this Nancy Reagan? Like, no.
Are you allowed to hack from your own dad?
You can definitely take his jokes. If he
Yeah.
did anything worth taking, I'd take it. But my dad's not.
So now you fat shamed a high school kid and
Yeah.
shit on your dad's comedy career.
Hey, my dad was fat for a while too. In his 50s, he's 60 now, but he got fat for a while. I hope he never hears this because we're very close. This is going to hurt his.
Nobody ever hears this. You act like anybody's heard this ever. I'm just gonna I refresh a lot of times to see if it does the uploads, the downloads. 6. This is especially being on the roads as a comic.
Yeah.
6 things you cannot travel with, and I'm not talking about like underwear.
I can't travel with.
Like, hey, no, you can't.
I can't travel with it. I was going to be like,
6 things that are always with you.
okay, I always got.
Don't say like underwear and I gotta have shoes.
Yeah, no, I'm not going
Okay.
to. Underwear, pants, shirt. No.
I've had it. That's why
Yeah.
it's a disclaimer now.
Oh, you have had it.
A sweatshirt and then undershirt.
Sleeping pills. Can't travel without those.
Sleeping pills.
But I have those at home. I buy them like in industrial sizes.
Okay, so you got, all right, sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills I gotta have. I gotta have coconut oil in case I want to make a coconut based dish, or if I find a different use.
Do you do like a spoonful every day or something?
I've never used it to cook, but I know that it's out there. I know you could, but I always bring coconut oil.
But wait, what are you doing with it?
Who knows? But anyway, let's just say coconut oil. You got to bring that. If there's an aspiring comic, bring it. You'll figure it out. And then sleeping pills, coconut oil, your own towel. You got to bring your own towel.
You bring your own towel?
Yeah, dude, the comedy condo. I've been in condos where they have blood on the towel. And they're like, nah, but he was a headliner. It was the headliner's blood.
We've all got that towel at home.
Yeah, I bring
A blood towel?
a blood towel?
You're like, when did this happen?
So I bring my own towel.
Okay.
Coconut oil.
This is a
sleeping
distinct
pills.
3.
Oh man, I feel like I've gone way off the map.
No,
and everybody
I love
else. I do too. What else should I bring?
You bring your own pillow, or are you that guy?
No, because once you take the sleeping pills, you can bring your own rock to sleep on. It doesn't matter. You just take a big bunch of them. It doesn't really matter.
Do you have a sleeping pill problem?
Oh yeah, that's actually how I got skinny. If we want to be real honest,
I do.
You go, hey man, I'm getting hungry, and you go, are you? Because I feel like in 45 minutes you'll be getting sleepy.
So you just put the sleeping pill and then you won't eat.
Yeah.
You miss a few meals.
Well, I mean, dreaming tastes like chewing. You know, you just sleep it off.
You got 3 more things. Are you a video game guy?
I am a video game guy, but on my laptop, so I just bring the laptop, and that's a boring answer. I was trying to come up with a good answer for you.
Okay, are you watching movies? What are you doing?
No, I like to play like real nerdy video games.
Bring it.
Like you'll be like, oh, I'm playing as Germany in the 1700s, and we invade France. It's like Risk, but on a computer.
Okay.
If a woman ever saw me play it, she would be like, I'll never sleep with this guy again. That would mean
she'd have to be in the same room.
Yeah, I'd bring her in. I'd be like, I want you to see this. We're invading Paris.
Are you soaking the sleeping pills in coconut oil and giving them to women? Is this?
I would never give anything to a woman, to be fair. But
it's turning dark. I bring my laptop to record everything.
I don't think you can get in trouble during the coronavirus. This episode will just come out and he'll be like, I can't not book him. He's already not booked. Everything's already canceled for him.
Yeah. When you don't get booked, blame it on this podcast.
Oh, I'm going to blame it.
Tell everybody.
I'm like, did you guys hear the conversation?
That's where it went down.
They're going to be like, no, we just didn't like your comedy. I don't want to give you a bore. I'm trying to think of weird stuff I bring. I bring books. I don't know if that's weird.
You don't have to have weird stuff. It's just what you travel with. So you always have a book with you.
Yeah, because there's never anything to read at a comedy condo.
Oh my God.
There's
nothing to read in my house, much less when I travel.
I always bring a book.
What book do you have right now?
I got a book called Townie about this guy who was addicted to drugs and then became an author, but like he became an author by just writing about being addicted to drugs.
It's kind of you and your sleeping pills and fatness.
I have the lamest sleeping pill addiction. I'm like, listen, I gotta have them. We got to go to a gas station.
Are you binge watching a TV show right now?
Yeah, I watch that's a great one. I watch a lot of like food TV, like Mind of a Chef. I'll watch like men make omelets to fall asleep. That's my big one. I watch men make omelets. I'd watch a woman make it. They're just not out there.
Is that like a YouTube video? You just
Google
men making omelets?
I have Googled that.
Or is it a show?
There's a bunch of them. They're like Food Wishes, Just a Dash, Binging with Babish.
No, I just thought you were just like Google searching men making omelets.
Yeah, and not even on YouTube, on like weird tube sites. I'm like men making omelets.
You're on 4chan. Look at that.
No, I find it's because it's like men making food. It doesn't have to be men. I don't know why I keep saying men.
You did.
Anybody making food.
No, you keep saying men.
Is so soothing to me because I'm not going to do it.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, men should make food. I've always said that. But but yeah, that's my big one. I like to watch men make food to sleep.
I need a shirt from this episode that says men making omelets.
It is funny because there's a weird period where you take the sleeping pills, and right when they kick in at the end, you're like, dude, this omelet is crazy. And then you watch it again in the morning, and you're like, it's just got ham and cheese.
You put coconut oil in the omelets? That'd be a good call.
I put coconut oil places, but I've never made an omelet.
Okay, I don't know if we got the 6, but we got enough.
we got a lot.
5-finger discount. What's the last thing you stole?
Oh man, I stole Mortal Kombat from Best Buy when I was 14, and we got arrested. We got arrested by a guy on oh no! Here, what's the term? Not a walker, but he had braces that you clipped onto his arms.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm talking about?
Serious.
No, listen. We're gonna get the right term. He had something that helped him to maneuver.
A crutch.
And yes, a crutch, but it went like on his forearm. And he arrested us, and he treated it like he had caught like Al Capone. Like he was like, it ends today.
Was he the security guard?
He was the assistant GM. And he called at Best Buy, and he called the cops, and the cops were like, I mean,
Did you run?
No. We tried to open it in the bathroom, and he heard it. But when he
Hey, what's he doing?
Who knows?
Is he in the stall next to you?
No, I think somebody told him. We were not very good at stealing.
He heard it.
Yeah, but he acted like he had caught like Bonnie and Clyde. Like he was like, it ends today. Like he was really upset. And then the cop, he didn't even take us to jail. He just took me home. My parents were like pretty bummed out.
So it's not on your record.
I'm
So you
pretty
haven't
sure.
stole anything since then?
No, I'm not. I don't.
Scared straight.
Yeah. Well, also just stealing seems mean. I don't want to steal. Seems like a mean thing to do. Okay. I'd steal some coconut oil if it came down to it, but
4 is your Mount Rushmore of Little Debbie's.
oh man, everyone's gonna
former
hate me
fat
after
dude.
this. Everyone's gonna hate me. I've never eaten a Little Debbie.
You were
I've
6'3",
never eaten-
280 and never eaten a snack cake.
Morty Calendar does not make Little Debbie. I've never had one.
Any.
Never.
A Nutty Buddy.
I had a big argument with my buddy Aaron
A
Weber about
zebra
this.
cake.
Never had them.
What?
I've never had one.
Well, you're about to get fat again.
I'm definitely gonna get fat again. Are you kidding me?
You need to
Comedy's
try 'em.
getting canceled.
You need
I'm
to
gonna
try
be
'em.
at a lot of gas stations.
That's your YouTube cooking show.
What's
You
the
trying
What's the
Little
one I
Debbie's.
should try?
See, I don't know.
Have you done your 4 on this? Do people
I
know
have
your 4?
merchandise with. I do. I have the Mount Rushmore of Little Debbie's.
Merch? With
Yeah. I have fanny packs that are called snack sacks.
What are the top 4? I'll try all 4 of them.
Well, everybody disagree. I mean, everybody's agreement. That's why I asked the question. We fight over this.
Yeah.
Oatmeal cream pie is one of their OGs.
Okay.
Nutty Buddies is one of their OGs.
Okay.
Zebra cake or the Christmas tree cake version.
All right.
You've got the.
Hold on, Spinola's breaking pottery in the background.
He's been cutting that one piece of steak. It's like a SNL skit over there. Where he just keeps cutting.
It's called Cat Playing with Plate. He's just
Wow, you've never had any.
never. I didn't realize that like this was everyone I know has had them. I didn't know. My buddy's favorite candy said was fruit snacks, and I was like, that's the most at-risk youth thing I've ever heard. Like, I've never had a fruit snack either. What about Skittles?
Okay.
You know?
Is your teeth count pinwheels?
Yes, you got it. See?
Oh, my grandma used to eat pinwheels. Are
He's
those a
getting
candy?
ready. He's getting ready.
He's ripping for his episode.
Okay, so the three
Yeah.
albums you need to take with you on a deserted island. You can listen to no more music except these 3 albums.
Oh man, I really like Eric Church Chief.
Okay.
I think that's incredible. I like the Black Keys Attack and Release. I think
Okay.
that's amazing. And then there's a Warren Zevon album called Werewolves of London.
Maybe you've heard of
It's the best. I like that I said it like it was like a deep cut. Maybe you've heard of Rolling Stones.
It's got this jam called The Werewolves of London on
called
it.
Led Zeppelin 1. Maybe
you like that
check
whole
it out.
album?
I love that album. I love Warren Zevon so much.
Interesting. A lot of people play that game different and go greatest hits because it's only albums they got.
Yeah, but that's not because the artist didn't put that together as like a thing.
Yeah, they did. Usually to get out of a record deal.
Yeah, to like break a contract so they could get a
Yeah.
divorce, not because they thought
Yeah,
it was
but
like.
if you're only listening to this for the rest of your life, wouldn't you want nothing but the hits?
No, I'm pretty cool.
You're cool with a loser song every now and then?
Yeah, I'll be like, I'd love some filler on the island. I mean, we're gonna be out
No,
there
it's
for a
your
while.
island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, you want to be like, this song's. I hate this
Okay,
one.
2, if you were a pro wrestler, who would be your tag team partner?
Oh man.
Past, present, future, doesn't matter. Well, future does,
It's-
because I don't
yeah.
know the future wrestlers.
Yeah, I don't watch wrestling that much, but I'm gonna say Rey Mysterio,
Okay.
just because he always seemed to have a lot of fun.
He does. He does have fun. To all the wrestling nerds, that was a great line.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio just has fun.
He seems like he's really enjoying it. The other guys are making it work, and he's like, "This is what I want to be doing."
All right, number 1. Who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
Andrew Santino. Not that famous, but very fun guy. Probably the most famous in my phone.
Why is he the most famous?
I mean, he's definitely got the most
he got the most
followers on
followers?
any social media.
Of anybody.
I mean, I have
in your
Barack
phone.
Obama, but I blocked him because he kept blowing me up. What should I do about?
Andrew Santino.
Yeah,
All right.
Cheeto Santino on Instagram. I feel like I should give him a plug since I
Do it.
since I yelled his name.
Give him more followers.
Yeah, he needs them. You know,
Yeah. What is
No.
it? How many has he got?
I think he's got like 100 and something thousand.
That's strong.
But he was he was super nice to me, and I kept waiting for like the mask to fall off and him to be a dick, and he never was. He was always a great dude, And
he was good to you the whole time.
he was good the whole weekend. We had a weekend at Zanies, Nashville, and he was great.
Cheeto Santino.
Cheeto Santino. How many followers he got?
90K.
90K?
She started plugging.
He lost some since I said that.
He said
They were like, he gave Connor his number?
He has a podcast, Whiskey Ginger.
Yeah, with, is it Bobby Lee?
Is it?
I think he's got one by himself, and then he's got one called Bad Friends with Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee's great.
Yeah, well, I mean, Santino was hilarious. He's and he was like nice, which is always super cool.
All right, there you have it, Connor.
Hey,
Larsen.
thanks for having me. That was a lot of fun, and I'm gonna get fat again.
One more time. Yeah, we gotta get you
Yeah,
back.
well, it would help my career, so I'm gonna do it.
Less sleeping pills, more Little Debbie's.
Well, definitely more Little Debbie's, and I'm gonna keep the sleeping
Maybe
pills.
that's how you eat the sleeping pill every night. You put it in.
I put it in the thing. I'm gonna get so
Swiss
fat.
cake roll. Come on.
It's gonna be great when this is why I got fat.
Just you're gonna look back at this podcast.
People are gonna be like, coronavirus? No, just the podcast.
Yep. He told me what a Little Debbie was.
I'm going to try all those podcasts, and if I ever see you again, I like that I'm saying that like we might not.
Is this that bad?
I will tell you my favorite
Just at least try one.
I'm going to try the oatmeal cream pie because I know Nick Saban eats that.
He does. That's what he eats for breakfast every
That's
day.
the first one I'm going to try.
Are you driving home tonight?
I am driving home tonight.
Stop and get an oatmeal cream pie at the gas
That
station.
seems like a depressing stop, but I might do it.
We've all done
Hey, are
it.
you guys open? I'm trying to get an oatmeal.
We've all been there. They know. They know the people are hitting when they need an oatmeal cream pie at midnight.
They're like, listen, take it. Don't look at me. Take it. Get out of
you know
here.
what? They're $2 for $1.
I'm going to try. Are they really? Hell of a
small
deal,
one,
man. I might have to do it.
I mean, it's like toilet paper, unless there's a price gouge now because of coronavirus.
Well, they do last forever, right?
No, those are Twinkies.
Is real oatmeal? Is it steel cut?
Steel cut oats.
Do you guys have this with steel cut oats? I'd like
Yes.
this with steel cut.
All right, there you go. One more
Hey,
time.
thanks
Give
for
them your
having me.
social media.
Connor Larsen on Instagram, Connor Larsen Comedy on Twitter,
Connor with
Connor
a bunch of O's.
2_ Larsen, Connor with 2 O's, Larsen with an E at the end. Thanks so much for having me, man.
Adios, bichachos.